Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
For 15 years, Harry Tasker's been leading a double life.
Hi, it's Helen. Is he in?
Harry's in a sales meeting, Mrs. Tasker.
He's protected the country. He's faced the enemy. But when his wife finds out,
Harry!
Who's going to protect him? Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis, in a James Cameron film.
What can I say? I'm a spy.
True Lies. Rated R. Starts Friday, July 15th at theaters everywhere.
Get down!
Get down again! Arnold Schwarzenegger is Little Tortilla Boy.
Oh, man, I like that guy's voice. That was super clear. I like that trailer.
I know, there was a bunch that I found that was like, that's the number one movie in the world. If you go see any movie this year, go see this one. And I was like, I like that one. I like the guy's voice. Movie Life Crisis, Season 4, Episode 20. 420. What's up? True Lies.
Wow.
James Cameron.
20. It seems like a lot. It doesn't feel like 20.
Yeah.
Does it?
Time flies, man. Just feels to me like we just watch movies every week and talk about them between main feed and Patreon.
Yeah.
And I was thinking we had to reschedule Twins because I got freaking SARS of the throat. What did I have? Strep?
I don't know.
That shit was terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But I was like, oh, dude, that would have been so cool. We'd done Renaissance Man and then Twins on Patreon with DeVito and Schwarzenegger, and then come right back for True Lies on the main feed.
Schwarzenegger, yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd have been perfect timing. We'll catch it soon. Patreon.com, Movie Life Crisis. $5 a month gets you bonus movies and uncut interviews and all that fun stuff. But yeah, man, dude, we still have some really good movies left for 94. I'm excited.
We have bangers left. We kind of backloaded a little bit for me. Maybe all I'm remembering though is A River Runs Through It too, and stuff like that. Like, how did we do those? But
dude, we've done great movies already this year, but like doing like this and Shawshank and Forrest Gump and like 3 of our last 6 or 7 episodes, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Dude, and you know what I started to think about, and when I was writing the notes for this one, and I'm putting my rating in, how many chimney dogs I think it's rated, all I can think of is like, golly, I give a lot of these high numbers. I mean, not super high, but all of them are pretty good. Then I remembered, we're picking only good movies that we like. And that's why they get such high remarks.
Yeah, the whole point. I mean, we're leaving out movies that people really liked in 1994 because we don't like them as much as the movies that we're doing.
Right. Yeah.
So we should be given high ratings because we're picking the shit that we want to have fun talking about.
Right. Exactly.
And why do we pick this movie? Because it's freaking delightful. I had it on DVD for like 20 years.
I was going to say, I bought this one and I remember it not being $5.50 Ben. I paid money for this one. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Full retail price for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, dude, let's dive right in. Give us a synopsis.
All right, synopsis. A fearless, globe-trotting, terrorist-battling secret agent has his life turned upside down when he discovers his wife might be having an affair with a used car salesman while terrorists smuggle nuclear warheads into the United States. If you told me that I want to make this movie, that just sounds like a crazy premise.
It was weird when I watched it because I was thinking about it because, we just watch it and we go, hey, that was awesome. Just stuff's blowing up everywhere.
Yeah.
But then when you watch it for the podcast, I'm taking notes. I'm like, man, I forgot how much of this movie is him basically just stalking his wife with government money. That seems like that was a bigger part of this movie than I ever noticed that it was before.
Well, and James Cameron said he wants to make it. It's a story about a couple. It just happens to also be a spy.
Well, it's one of the cool things about the movies that if you think about spy movies or action movies like this, I had a hard time thinking of another one where the spy was married to just a regular person.
Yeah, and not Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, like they're both spies or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, where they're single. A lot of times they're single, obviously. I was like, dude, this is weird where he's a spy, but then he has like James Bond. Like he's not married. He's out there getting Strange. Doctor Strange, famous James Bond movie.
Strange.
Yeah, dude. $120 million budget. This is the first ever $100 million film.
Yeah,
no surprise that James Cameron made it. He was like, no, we need extra helicopters to explode. And Fox was like, can you just do that digitally? No, we need real helicopters. Please write a check.
Only works with real ones.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
$378 million gross. Number 3 on the year behind Lion King and Forrest Gump. So once again, James Cameron's made 9 movies. Pretty much every one of them is an the biggest movie ever made.
Right.
This is, by his standards, not a very good movie because it was only number 3 on the year and it only made $400 million.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like, this was the biggest movie ever made at the time, and then it gets taken over. When he does Titanic, he hits that mark again. Like, he just keeps throwing out.
And then he does Avatar and does it. But the thing is, he does this between T2 and Titanic, which are, like, by the numbers and also by the cultural impact, 2 of the biggest movies of the decade. So it's like, oh yeah, True Lies. I forgot. James Cameron also did that. It's like, yeah, dude, he did it. If anyone else had done this would be the biggest day of their career. And for James Cameron, it's like, I wish I would have done that better.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, Thursday messed it up.
You find some awards?
Yeah, dude, he did really well. Jamie Lee Curtis won the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Comedy or a Musical. Best.
So the Golden Globes had this as a comedy, clearly, because it was definitely not a musical.
Dude, it was definitely a comedy. I was laughing more than I remember laughing, too. And I don't know if it was Tom Arnold.
I was just laughing every time Tom Arnold talked.
Yeah, but dude, I don't remember Tom Arnold being funny. I remember him being like kind of weird, but not funny. And then the whole time I was like, this dude's throwing it down.
No, I remember him being hilarious. I remember him being like the John Lovitz in League of Their Own. Like, he just every time he's on scene, he's just fireballing quips. And it's like, God, that's the best part of this whole thing.
Yeah, he was throwing him down. The Saturn Awards, he won. James Cameron won Best Director, and Jamie Lee Curtis won Best Actress again. But it, I think it won an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects. Because I wrote that down, but now I don't have the...
It was nominated at the Academy Awards for Best Visual Effects, but I don't think it won.
It just got nominated. That's what it was.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, that's... Even to be... It's an honor just to be nominated.
That's what I'm saying. It won 7 Saturn Awards. So it's pretty good.
Won a lot.
And, won some stuff, or nominated at BAFTAs. I don't know if it won a BAFTA. But, yeah, dude, Golden Globe for Jamie Lee Curtis. That's good for her.
Yeah, it's pretty good. She said this is the most fun she's had on a thing.
Dude, I believe it. Sequels and spinoffs. I feel like there was kind of, I didn't know there were, I was like, oh, there's none. And then I read, I was like, oh no, there are some.
Yeah, there was a TV show. I actually found it on the interwebs so I could watch it. I could see why it was canceled. But I mean, the dude that was the writer was the guy who did Burn Notice, and that's my jam. Yeah. And then the guy who was going to direct it was the guy who did Charlie's Angels for the pilot, and then they ended up going with somebody else. But dude, I thought they could have easily made a second one for this one, and I know that it was like set up to eventually.
They were talking about it. They spent like a year writing it, and then 9/11 happened, and James Cameron was like, maybe not, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger got to be the governor, and then so that took another couple of years. But they talked about doing it a couple times as a movie, and I think eventually they were like, I think we're all fine. James Cameron's like, I'm going to spend the next 20 years of my life in Avatar.
He's killing it though. Now, Disney bought that, and now he's drying his eyes with 50s. Drying his tears with 50s.
My diamond shoes are too tight. They also have video game tie-ins for freaking SNES, Sega Genesis, Game Gear, Game Boy.
Nice.
That's how old we are and how old this movie is. It's like, remember this game for the Sega Genesis? No.
I definitely don't remember the game. I never liked games. I don't know. Games like this weren't my jam.
I don't even know what games like this is. I don't know if it's like a side scroller like Contra. I don't know how it even went. There were some video tie-in games that I really liked, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and freaking Aladdin. Remember how hard that shit was?
Yeah, the Aladdin game was tough. It's not a side scroller. It's a top view down thing.
Nice.
I don't like this.
Yeah. Do you remember when and where you first saw this movie?
Dude, I think it was at the house. I think I bought this DVD. To be honest, I really think somebody was talking about how hot Jamie Lee Curtis was, and I was like, oh, then I need to buy this.
Right.
And then I went...
I need to own this and keep it next to the Sears catalog.
I need to keep it next to these leftover National Geographics that I have.
And next to these socks that don't fold.
I have a towel leaning against my bedroom wall that's worth $10,000. I bought this on DVD. It wasn't the 550 bin. It was like full price. I remember going to the store and actually buying it from Best Buy. But it was after the fact. It wasn't like, oh, I bought this right after it came out on VHS or DVD or anything like that. I was like in college when it happened. So,
Yeah, so that was not the first time you saw it then, because you would have seen it way before then.
See, I think I saw clips. I don't think I've seen the whole thing until I bought it. Yeah,
That's funny. I wonder, because it had to have been on a bunch of like cable channels and stuff like that, or like HBO and stuff after it came out.
I don't know that I ever saw it. I couldn't remember seeing it until buying the DVD.
Dude, I definitely saw it on VHS as a rental right after it came out. I didn't remember it was R. And honestly, thinking back to just watching it, I don't even know why it was R. I mean, it was kind of bloody, but
yeah.
And Jamie Lee Curtis is like on screen in a thong for like 7 minutes, but there's not really.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I just am like, blood, booty cheeks. It seems fine.
It's weird
let
though,
the kids
because
watch
94. This. Yeah, 94 R rating is way. It seems like they gave PGs when they had freaking full frontal nudity of a girl walking out of a pond. So like, it would have to be really bad to be R. And you're right, it's not.
Shout out
it's
Doc
just
Hollywood.
Like, it's just violent. I think.
Yeah, it's totally violent, and it was like James Cameron 90s action movie violent, where like Arnold's Uzis never needed to be reloaded, and terrorists would spin out and like blood would fling across the screen. Like it was bloody as hell.
Yeah, and he had the big hook that he grabbed the guy with in the chest.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, dude. So I know I must have rented this because at this point in time, I'm like 14 when this comes out in theaters, probably 15 when it comes out on VHS. Yeah. And my dad was like, if you want to watch an R-rated action movie at the house, that's fine. Because I'm renting freaking Seagal movies and Van Damme movies and Schwarzenegger movies and Rambo and all that stuff. He's like, I don't care if Schwarzenegger is killing somebody with a knife, that's fine. We can rent that. It's like, cool. This is awesome. This is perfectly appropriate for my developing brain.
What if he's driving a boat and he's within striking distance or something? Is that okay? Can you rent that?
Yeah, we can rent that one anytime. I don't know if that one's R, but people, longtime listeners to the podcast know striking distance, very popular around the Spangler household. My dad kept renting it every week, kept forgetting that we'd already seen it. He's like, hey, thought you guys might like this movie. I saw it. It's got Bruce Willis. He's driving a boat. We're like, you rented that. Like, this is the 4th week in a row.
Oh, Bruce Willis. I love me some Bruce Willis. So what'd you rate it now that you've watched it again?
Man, it was tough. I ended up with an 8. Say 8. 8 chimmy dogs out of 10. Because it's an almost perfect action movie from the second most successful action director of all time behind Steven Spielberg. Yeah. And to me, the number one action star of my life, which is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold. Agreed on all
there's
accounts.
A couple things that I knocked it down for. One is that it's 2 hours and 20 minutes, and the third act is completely ludicrous. It seems like it's an entirely separate movie. It's awesome. It has some incredible set pieces in it, but it's like this last 50 minutes could have been 30 minutes, and I don't think we would have really missed a lot of it.
Yeah, agreed.
And that for me, now that I'm getting older, is like, is this thing done? Because I'm hungry. Where I was a kid, I was like, woo! And then also the whole like Schwarzenegger uses federal money to stalk his wife because he thinks she's having an affair. I was like, no one cared about that in 94, and we didn't even know about that, I guess. By we, I mean white men. But like now, I think we know that's like, that's not really hero move right there. You just go talk that out. You go to a safe space, marriage counseling, and you just go, let's just have a conversation.
He's Arnold though. He can't. He uses his muscles when he can.
Yeah, dude. Tom Arnold's like, you're way off the reservation. Schwarzenegger's like punching the freaking side of their GMC.
Breaking the window. Give me the page.
Give me the damn page. All right. Yeah. Here you go.
It's weird that you gave it an 8, dude. For me, it landed at a 7, and I wanted to give 7s, but we don't give 7s.
No.
For this reason, so I had to decide whether it was a 6.5 or an 8. But I enjoyed it, dude. It was freaking fun. It has some dated effects, and like having the Arab person be the bad guy, politically. Maybe they tried not to do that as much.
No brainer in 94. Now we probably could do a little bit better.
Yeah. So like that's the thing. So, but I still had fun, and it was still great, and I think it could be enjoyable for a modern audience, even having not seen it before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I still think it holds up. So I gave it an 8. I couldn't give it a 6.5. I had too much fun.
Yeah, man. I was thinking because I rated Renaissance Man a few episodes ago 6.5, and I feel like in my head I keep thinking that's like the perfect 6.5 movie because we don't do 7s. It's a movie I really like, but that I recognize it's not like a masterpiece. Like it's just a movie that I just think is awesome.
Yeah,
and I'm like, if this is like a nudge ahead of that, which means I got to nudge it all the way to 8.
All the way to 8, right? Because there's no 7s, and that's exactly where I fell. That's where I fell.
All right, dude. Let's do our favorite scenes. Top 3 scenes. What's your first one?
The first one I had was when they fight in the bathroom.
Yeah.
They're in the bathroom. It's like a public bathroom.
Yeah.
And he's got the pack of smokes that also lets him see. He's got
that's also the spy camera. He's got the
spy camera on his glasses.
Yeah.
And he's whistling. Dude, did you catch what he was whistling?
Mm-mm.
I only caught it because I had just watched Sound of Music with CC. He was whistling the song from Sound of Music, the Edelweiss or whatever the little folk tune, Austrian folk tune. And he was whistling that, which is fantastic because he's from that area, right? So they have that. Dude, it's fantastic. He's standing at the urinal, but he's got the camera behind him, so you can see the guy coming up on him. Dude, and there's the one guy like still making them. Jesus, there's still
didn't get.
There's a guy. Yeah, there's a guy making number 2 in one of the stalls, and he hears it all going on.
Yeah,
dude, it's just they're shooting. The guy shoots. The one guy comes in with the Uzi and shoots up the AK and shoots up the whole wall of things, and he has to dive out of it and slide through the water. Grab the gun while he's sliding. The whole thing was just fantastic. It's a great fight scene.
I'm glad that you picked that one because that one wasn't on my list. But I did see, like, reading some of the behind the scenes stuff that was not supposed to. That scene was supposed to be not there at all. And James Cameron, like a day before they were going to shoot it, just said, "We need a bigger action set piece." And so that thing that was like less than a page on the script, they ended up spending 5 days shooting, and the stunt coordinator and all those people and the production designers just had to go like, this bathroom scene needs to be huge. He's like, I want water spraying off the fountains. I want lights to swing down.
Yeah. Dude, and the swinging light, that's the Cameron thing, right?
Yeah.
James Cameron always has the swinging fluorescent light.
Yeah.
And he had it in this part, and I saw it.
Yeah, so they just added that bathroom fight there. But I was like, that's perfect. It actually was it's the perfect time of the movie.
So great.
Dude. That was a good one. My first one, if you picked this one as your scene, I would make fun of you, but I picked it as my scene. It's way more than a scene. It's like the first 10 minutes of the movie, but it's just the opening sequence where they're supposed to be in Switzerland. Really, they're filming in like Rhode Island or something. But it's just, dude, it's a masterpiece. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, he breaks into this fancy party with arms dealers with a scuba outfit, wearing a tux underneath it. Like Tom Arnold is in the van in his ear, just throwing out quips.
From
a bunch of shit explodes. They steal data from a Windows 95. Arnold speaks like 4 different languages. He's tangoing with Tia Carrera. He gives the guard dogs concussions, and like it's just the whole thing. I was like, that was just freaking. That was just like 10 minutes of James Bond fantasy right there. Every element was right there.
That is exactly how I feel. Arnold thought the movie was going to go. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like he wanted it to be that kind of thing.
Yeah, dude, I wanted it to be that kind of thing. Like the rest of it's awesome too, but that part, it's just pure James Bond fantasy, except with someone who's way too jacked to ever be a secret agent. It's like, I wonder. He's like, I'm a computer salesman. He's like, yeah, you are, dude. You're freaking 260 pounds of solid muscle. I don't think you're at a keyboard all day.
He likes the gym. Yeah, dude, that's a freaking great thing because he's swimming under the ice, and they're taking the shot from under him, so you could see him like swimming and the bubbles going up, and then he breaks through the ice and takes the thing off. That was a good.
Yeah, and he strips down to his freaking tuxedo
and sets the bomb before he leaves, so he can have an escape plan. That's great,
dude. And the bomb, by the way, I was like, what is that, bowling ball candle? That seems fine. It's this freaking, it's huge. It's like the size of a Reebok shoebox, like you used to get pumps in because it's a 90s podcast. And it's got a freaking antenna, a telescoping metal antenna, like old school cordless phones.
It pulls out, yeah.
Yeah, and it's got a big red button on it, and he just sets it on top of an oil drum. Like it's not concealed at all.
Yeah, but they're not really looking for
They're
bombs.
Like 35 guards with like Rottweilers and shit, and they're like, that seems fine. I'm sure that probably was there already. There's no need to look at that.
That must be that blinking thing that looks like a box of clay. That's fine. It's no problem.
Dude,
is that C4? Where you find C4?
Club, where you get C4?
Man, I've been looking
at for this. One little block of load up. Everybody tripping. Dude, I was also writing down about that scene. Like Arnold comes in and he speaks to the caterers in French, and then he speaks to like some arms dealer in Arabic, and I was like looking up what language does Arnold Schwarzenegger speak, and so he's Austrian, so he speaks like German, obviously.
Right.
I'm like, and then he learned English, and it's like, that's all it says he speaks. He's like, how come?
Sort of.
Ish. I'm like, how come, like, even when he's speaking French and Arabic that he presumably memorized phonetically for a movie, it still sounds like he has a thick Arnold accent.
He definitely does.
Like, why didn't they make him memorize it where it sounds right? It's not like, God's I'll be back. It's not like he's not like, why didn't they? Because I was like, it still sounds like he has a Schwarzenegger accent, even when he's speaking French.
He's Schwarzenegger. I don't know. It's like the girl in my Spanish class that I'll never forget going, "Como te llamas, Brittany?" I was like, how in the hell do you have a country accent when you're speaking Spanish?
Jumbo, 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 jumbo.
He's so smart. He speaks French. Oh, man.
Yeah, and then the attack dogs are chasing him. He turns around and he claps their head together. And I wrote in my notes, I was like, can dogs get CTE? What's the concussion protocol for guard dogs?
Dude, I like how they got knocked out, but not really knocked out. And then they just stood there and ran off. Dude, like that kind of stuff, I think puts it in the comedy for sure.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I mean, if you don't have an action movie category and you want to put this in the comedy, that's fine. But to me, it's just an action movie, and those typically have stuff in them that's funny. This one is it was pretty funny. Which I think
every movie should have something funny. If it doesn't, what's the point?
Yeah, dude, I'm with you. It could be serious, like the kid dies of leukemia, but someone should be joking at some point.
Just not right then.
Not right when he dies, but like before that.
Right before.
Dude, we watched Philadelphia. That movie is sad as hell. There was funny parts in that.
Yeah.
The freaking guy falls down in the. It's like, so you're saying that you walked through the cones that were clearly marked and you fell down in the. It's like, no, I think you have a case.
Oh man, there's definitely funny parts in drama movies.
Yeah,
and that's a good thing.
What's your next scene?
So my next scene, dude, is the 7 Mile Bridge in the Keys? Can I just pick that as a whole scene? Like that's a sequence of
I know.
A lot of stuff. And that's like my favorite jam.
I just put final action set piece. It's way more than a scene. It takes like 25 minutes, but I think I can narratively, it's the final battle. Like I'm just going to cheat and call it that.
Dude, there's funny parts in it. There's, freaking fantastic action. The actual practical effects of flying the Harrier jets, like the 3 Harrier pilots. Like I was looking up how it's like $100,000 an hour to have those guys.
Yeah, they got the actual like Marines with the freaking Harrier jets to come out and do that for the movie.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy.
And then they built a bunch of minis, and like Jamie Lee Curtis is actually harnessed into the thing doing a bunch of it, and the limo is like being driven by remote control. Like, yeah, dude, that's crazy.
That's amazing. And then like the whole bridge collapses, and like the truck that's hitting the part where it's exploding as it's doing it, that's like seared into my brain. I just love that whole thing.
And also it's the classic Cameron where like one truck doesn't go all the way over, it's balanced on the edge, and the terrorists are inside like, I think we made it. And then a Pelican lands on the front and just tips the whole thing over it. And of course, as soon as it hits the water, it just explodes into a huge fireball, like vehicles definitely never do.
This is in the Michael Bay universe. Of course they do.
Dude, it's fine. Everything in this movie exploded. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
I had not that part of the final fight sequence, but I had the like Harrier jet where Arnold's flying it, and then Eliza Dushku on the crane, like in Miami.
Yeah, falling onto it.
Just because of, not that I like it all that much, but I think that's to me the most memorable part of this movie, other than Jamie Lee Curtis in a striptease, is him flying the freaking Harrier jet, wearing like a ripped button-down shirt, while Eliza Dushku hangs off of the crane, like in Miami. It's just. And seeing some of the behind the scenes stuff for how they did that, because it's part CGI and it's part practical, and they built a freaking jet that they can control. Arnold's actually sitting in.
Right.
And
you saw how
insane.
big the green screen was? That was the biggest green screen at the time.
Yeah, it was like a green warehouse. It was huge.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome.
And James Cameron was like, I'll never do that again. That was such a pain in the ass. Like the CGI mixed with the practical effects and then all the digital compositing that had to take place.
Yeah, so now he just does the whole thing Avatar style.
Yeah, it does it all in the computer.
All in the computer.
Yeah, dude, I had that as my third scene. What's your third scene?
Dude, so do you remember I said I like the bathroom? Yeah. After they leave the bathroom and the guy goes on the run, he jumps on a motorbike.
Yeah.
And then friggin' Arnold chases him down on a horse. I wanted to put the horse, but I felt like it was kind of the same. It's still the same fight, but it's a different scene. So I didn't know if I could do that. And it was a toss up between the horse or the truth agent, like where he gives him the serum or whatever to make him tell the truth, and he has to break out of that thing with Jamie Lee Curtis. It's one of those two. I think I'm going to go with the truth agent, and I'll just I'll just talk about the horse later. Yeah, because I like.
We can talk about it when I talk about my next scene because that's what I got.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude, the truth agent. I have some of that in my quotes, but I love that. I love that scene. He and Jamie Lee Curtis get captured, dude, and that's hilarious too because she thinks that she's the spy, and she's like, "Leave him out of it. He doesn't know anything." And he's like, "I don't know what this hooker's talking about. Why don't you just leave her here?" Because she's pretending to be a prostitute. That whole part was freaking great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But yeah, dude, the true serum bit, I love that one.
When he puts it in, first of all, the guy who does that, he is scary to me.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know why.
He weighs like 85 pounds. He looks like a refugee, but he was so scary. The torturer guy.
You know who he reminded me of too is the bad guy on that wore the rain slicker on the other Arnold movie we did, Last Action Hero.
Last Action Hero.
That guy, he had that kind of vibe. He was freaking scary to me. They gave him the truth agent, and she starts talking to him. And dude, the part where they're like, she says she wonders, do you love? I wonder if he still loves her as much as she says, or how much as he used to. And he's like, no, much more. Like that whole thing. Dude, it was just a great scene. As soon as they start leaving there, I was like, oh, this is the jam. I remember this now. It was all flooding back to me. So I like that part. That was my jam.
Yeah, that was awesome. I was trying to choose between, because some of my favorite quotes were in that scene, and I couldn't pick between. I had a hard time picking between like Jamie Lee Curtis is like, is the truth agent working yet? He's like, I don't know. Ask me a question I would normally lie to. And she's like, are we going to die? He's like, yes. They're going to shoot us in the head, or they're going to torture us to death, or they're going to just like, all right, I got it. Or
I guess it's working.
Or when the torturer guy was like, is there anything you'd like to tell me? He's like, yeah. He's like, I think I'm going to kill you pretty soon. Like, how are you going to do that? And he like tells him the whole thing, and then he does it.
Yeah. I'm going to use you as a human shield.
And I'm going to pick this thing up and throw it at that guy.
Yeah.
God, that was great.
That's great. Yeah, it's a good scene.
What was the other one that you were thinking about doing? The other one that I was... Oh, the horse scene. That's the one that I have. But the other one that I was thinking about doing that I unfortunately did not get in there is any scene with Bill Paxton.
Oh, man.
Like maybe when they went and chopped off part of his freaking mobile home. Like, I don't know. But I was like, I wanted to do... Because some of my favorite parts of this movie that aren't where shit's blowing up is with Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton. First of all, Bill Paxton doesn't get enough credit. I mean, I know everybody knows him and likes him. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, to me, all the stuff he's in, I like. Like, there's very few times I watch a Bill Paxton movie and I'm like, nah, this is garbage. I don't like that guy. Dude, he's always doing good stuff.
He's
awesome.
He's incredible. I'm bummed that he died at only 61, in 2017. Because same thing, like all the stuff that he's always, like he was like kind of pretty famous, but also like kind of a character actor. Even the movies where he's ostensibly the lead, like Twister, you kind of forget, like, Philip Seymour Hoffman's in that, and Carrie Ellis, and it's like, and Bill Paxton. Helen Hunt.
And Bill Paxton,
But yeah, dude, but I was trying to think like maybe the mobile home scene, or like when he's driving the freaking Corvette with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Both of those, I wanted to put on my list.
Where he meets Jamie Lee Curtis at the restaurant, and they've got him bugged, and they're listening, and he's like, we don't call them missions, we call them covert operations, or whatever he calls them. And he's like, did you read the news? And he hands her the newspaper, and she's like looking at it all like without trying to draw attention. And he's like, he saw the people that got shot up in the mall, and then the whole time Arnold's like, that was me, I did that. What is this guy doing? That's great, man.
Man, it's fantastic.
Who writes that? That's fantastic.
Yeah, it makes me wish that I'd put one of those scenes in there instead of the chase scene because I realize now I've only done 3 action set pieces, but I had the horse and the dirt bike just because the fact that The terrorist guy jumps on a dirt bike and rides it into a hotel, and Arnold pulls a policeman off his police horse and chases him into the hotel on the horse. Yeah. And then they both get on separate elevators, one on a dirt bike and one on a police horse. That is ludicrous, and I needed to mention it because I was
the
just
whole time he's on the elevator, he's like hunched down so he could fit on the horse in the elevator.
And he's turning the horse around so he's facing the door. But it reminds me, anytime there's a chase scene where it's broken up by something like an elevator. Like, dude, remember Phantom Menace where they're chasing Darth Maul and they get caught in the little doors?
The little red things? Yeah.
Yeah, and just freaking Qui-Gon just sits there meditating or whatever. Right. Or Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul's like pacing. It's like, I love it. There's like this, we're fighting right now, but like we have to take a break for just a second.
You gotta wait until it's there. Yeah.
And they're on the elevators. Yeah, and it's like elevator music is happening. I was like, God, this is awesome.
And he gets in on the horse, and the old lady, he's like, press the top floor, please. Like, he's still
and then
saying,
at the
please,
end, he tries to have the horse jump out of the hotel balcony to try to go over and land in the pool, and the horse obviously is not going to do it. Right. And then when he finally gets up, he's like, Arnold Schwarzenegger's like yelling at the horse. He's like, what are you doing? It's like, I had him. It's like, what kind of cop are you?
Yeah, man. He's hanging over the edge and makes the horse back up. And he keeps clicking. He's going, back up. Like, he just keeps making the clicky sound. Oh, that was great.
Yeah, so I ended up putting that one there just because it was insane, and I've wanted to recognize.
Yeah, dude. Plus, it was 4 different horses that did that.
Yep.
Each one had a different thing, and each one had a different skill. Also, Arnold said I would have never been able to ride a horse as well if I hadn't done Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah,
Conan.
In addition to that, Arnold actually almost fell off that roof because a camera boom hit one of the horses and spooked it and threw Arnold off of it, and like a stunt guy grabbed him before he fell off the roof.
Awesome. Yeah. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So those are my 3. I think those are all good choices.
There's a lot of good scenes. I mean, I picked all action because this movie's incredible, but I left off some stuff that I also really like. Let's do quotes. What's your first quote?
When they're doing they're both. He just got injected with the truth serum. She's like, "Well, have you ever killed anyone?" He goes, "Yes, but they were all bad." I freaking love that. They were all bad. Get out of here. That's great. That's great.
That is great. My first one is right where you were talking about, where Bill Paxton is like, "Did you read the paper?" And because they're in the car listening because they bugged Jamie Lee Curtis's purse, and Tom Arnold's like laughing. He realizes that he's not an actual agent. He's just pretending to try and pick up tail. And Tom Arnold's like, I'm starting to like this guy. And he looks at Arnold and he's like, I mean, we still got to kill him. That's a given.
Tom Arnold, man, he talks fast and he's fast and loose. I like
He made me laugh out loud a bunch of times in this movie. Yeah. And I don't know how much. I know James Cameron wrote the script. I know Tom Arnold ad-libbed a couple things. But I don't know how much of that was like written for him, but God, he's freaking so funny.
Yeah, it's so good. Dude, there's a part with my other 2 quotes are from Tom Arnold. There's one where he says like he's talking to Jamie Lee Curtis. At this point, they're trying to have her pretend to be a spy and go or pretend to be a prostitute, but really be a spy kind of thing and go to the hotel. And he's telling her the mission. He's like, if you do not complete your mission, the deal is off. And he hangs up right away. And he's like, oh man, I'm going to hell. Like right after he's told her all of the stuff, he realized how bad it was. And I always like that part where he's like, oh man, I'm going to hell. That was great. Yeah.
My next one is also from Tom Arnold. And he's like, he's finally had enough of Arnold using federal resources to try and stalk his wife. He's like, listen, buddy. He's like, I'm gonna have to put a stop to this. He's like, and Arnold just goes, you tell on me, I tell on you. And Tom Arnold starts going, he's like, me? He's like, I'm clean as the preacher's sheets. And then Arnold goes, what about the time you blew a 6-week operation because you were getting a blowjob? Tom Arnold just goes, you knew about that? Like, all right, let's take Franklin. It's a lot quicker.
Oh man, that's Tom Arnold.
But dude, that's just one of the that's just like the buddy cop moment of this, them sitting in the car, just like being hilarious. That to me makes this movie like so much better than just pure like Michael Bay action. I mean, Michael Bay action has something like Bad Boys has stuff like that too, but that's the part I really like.
Yeah. And dude, they said that both Tom Arnold and Arnold Schwarzenegger became like really good friends after this. They like the chemistry they had on the camera was exactly how it was off camera. They said they got along great.
Yeah, well,
That's
Fox
awesome.
didn't want to cast Tom Arnold because he was going through that very public divorce with Roseanne Arnold, and he was kind of a shit show. And they're like, "This guy's, we don't want him." And James Cameron was like, "That's our guy. Like, I hired Tom Arnold, or I do the movie with another studio."
Yeah.
And Fox, of course, was like, "Never mind. We take it back. Do whatever you want. You just did Terminator 2 for us."
you just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, because James Cameron was like, you could see the chemistry between him and Arnold Schwarzenegger. They got along great. It was really fun. He's really funny, and it's like he's like, I had to have that guy. I was like, yeah, dude, you had to have that guy.
Yeah, it worked. I'm glad you said divorce too, because the last one, my last quote is when he's when he's talking to Arnold and he's trying to talk sense into him. He's like, "Same thing happened to me with wife number 2. You remember? I had no idea anything was going on, right? I come home one day, the house is empty. I mean, completely empty. She took even the ice cube trays out of the freezer. What kind of sick bitch takes the ice cube trays out of the freezer?" It turns out Roseanne, when she divorced him, did that to him. And that's him and James Cameron wrote that into the script.
Yeah, he ad-libbed that during like one of the rehearsals or one of the table reads because it actually did happen to him when he divorced Roseanne. And James Cameron thought it was so funny that he wrote it into the script.
Dude, it is funny. That's fantastic. Who does take the ice cube trays? Get out of here.
Now, in hindsight, we know that maybe Tom Arnold was on the right side of that.
Yeah, which nobody thought at the time.
Not at the time, no. Yeah, my last one was the one I already said. It's like, are we going to die? It's like, yes. They're gonna shoot us in the head, or they're going to torture us to death.
Ah, man.
The truth serum stuff was cracking me up. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is funny in this. It's funny because like Jamie Lee Curtis won and got nominated and won a Golden Globe. Bill Paxton freaking stole it every time he was on screen. And Tom Arnold was hilarious. But Arnold Schwarzenegger is funny in this too.
Dude, I gotta be honest. I think Arnold's funny.
He is.
His delivery doesn't. I mean, he's not going to get up there and make the same jokes as Tom Arnold. You know, he's not like quippy and fast like that. But when he stays in his lane, I think he's funny.
Between his accent and his physique, he can only do certain kind of comedy. But yeah, he's really good at that. Like, that's the thing about Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. That dude does the stuff that he's good at.
Right.
Like, he's not out there trying to like just like take roles from Daniel Day-Lewis. He's like, that's for other people. I am doing this one. Like, good for him.
I hope he takes more roles from Daniel Day-Lewis. that guy's the Robert Redfords of friggin' Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't like him.
Let's do characters. Who's your first character?
My first one is Tom Arnold. Wisecracking sidekick.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote down.
Yeah. You couldn't do the movie without Schwarzenegger. I mean, James Cameron could do whatever he wants, but it would have been hard to get this to be as big as it was without Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1994. But to me, Tom Arnold is the most irreplaceable piece of this cast.
Yeah, dude, he's so funny.
And they talked about like, you know, freaking Steve Guttenberg and
no way.
Like Bill Murray and like people that I like, but I'm like, none of them would have been the right answer.
Right. Even when I recast it, the whole time I was going, oh man, even this wouldn't really work. I mean, I could see it happening. I could see Bill Murray playing it, but it's not the same. Like, Tom Arnold just looks like he just did a couple of lines and he got out there and he's doing his, like, did a couple of lines of coke to do his lines of dialogue.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like everything's high energy and it's super funny.
Well, it feels like Rosie O'Donnell and Madonna in A League of Their Own, where they really are friends and one of them really is quippy and hilarious.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I mean, you can write that, but I think it's hard to do if you're not that person. It's weird, man, thinking about the buddy cop parts of this, how much I like it, and thinking about other, like, Bad Boys has definitely got that. And like all my favorite action movies have the, like, action is obviously killer, but then there's always like really hilarious kind of like human stuff.
Lethal Weapon. Rush Hour.
Yeah, Rush Hour. Oh my God. But then, I mean, there's action movies I like that don't have that. Like, The Matrix doesn't have like any funny parts really, but I still think it's freaking great. That's also kind of science fiction-y, but
is that movie from the 1900s? That's what the students told me.
Like Fifth Element, dude, that movie's hilarious.
Oh God, that movie's fantastic. Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, Tom Arnold's first on my list as well, and then number 2 I got Arnold. I mean, he did a good job. I don't want to like skip over him just because he's doing the same thing he always does. Because I think you couldn't at the time. They probably could not have done this without him.
Dude, perfect mix of an action hero with that kind of comedy that he has, that comedic charm that he has. I love it. It's fantastic.
Yep. Who's your next?
Dude, I didn't know. I wanted to put I put Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yep.
Because she kills it. And I hate picking the top three that are the top three billed people, in the movie. But she did such a great job. That whole, not to sound like the cliche, she took her glasses off and she took her ponytail out and now she's hot. Like, she's all that kind of thing. But dude, she went from bored housewife to like a super, empowered woman. And I thought she did a good job, man. Balanced the comedy with the intensity of what it was. And I thought she did great.
She's awesome, man. It's a really important part in this movie. She's great in it. You could argue that it's not. I mean, it's like she's kind of a passive participant in most of the action, and that she gets drug along by her secret agent husband. But dude, she's fantastic, and a lot of the stuff that's kind of timeless from this movie, like the whole like ripping the sleeves off the dress and like taking water out of the flower. Like she came up with all that, and like the whole like striptease dance. It was originally supposed to be kind of silhouetted where you couldn't see her, and she's supposed to be naked. And she's like, "What if I just wear underwear, but then you can see me?" Like great choices. All that stuff is really memorable.
Yeah, dude. In that scene too, when Arnold drops the tape recorder, he wasn't supposed to do that.
Yeah,
I was reading how he accidentally did that, and they kept it in there because it looked like he was really starting to get nervous, which is what they wanted, and that's perfect.
Yeah, so I got the same three: Tom Arnold, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis. I had a hard time leaving Bill Paxton out, but I damn sure wasn't leaving off Tom Arnold. And Jamie Lee Curtis was so good, I had to put her in there too.
Right, dude. Same for me.
But yeah, bonus shout out to Bill Paxton because he is genius, and every time he's on screen, he was crushing.
Yeah, dude. I thought Tia Carrere did a good job.
Dude, this cast, for as big a movie this is scope wise, there's only like 9 people in the cast, and they're all awesome. Like, dude, Charlton Heston as their boss at the federal agency, and Eliza Dushku as their kid. Like, just.
I like how he had the patch.
Yeah, dude, he had the eye patch.
He had patch because he had pink eye when he showed up for the first day of filming.
Well, I couldn't find out a definitive answer on that. I saw that was one of the theories. Like he had a patch because he showed up with pink eye, and the production was like, just wear an eye patch. And I also had that like maybe that was left over from Nick Fury because James Cameron had written R-rated Spider-Man prior to this, and so maybe that kind of carried some of the elements maybe carried over into this script.
Nice.
That Spider-Man that he ends up he was going to do that R-rated Spider-Man with Leonardo DiCaprio, and that ends up being the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. That was his script that they rewrote
and made it not R.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it too how Charlton Heston's, he said my favorite hat is a, what the hell is his last name in the movie? Hold on, I'm pulling
Trilby.
Trilby. And that's his favorite kind of hat. So he's like, so that's what I want to be called. I want to be named after my favorite hat. And James Cameron's like, yeah, man, you're Ben-Hur. Do whatever you want.
He's like, all right, Boomer, whatever you say, just get him. Get him what he wants. Doesn't matter.
Keep doing the thing. So I think everybody did a great job, but I think we picked the top 3 build because that's the ones.
Yeah, I mean, if someone wanted to put Bill Paxton on this list and bump someone off, I wouldn't really argue with him because he was awesome, but I'm pretty happy with the way it shook out.
Agreed.
Writer-director James Cameron.
Yeah, we talked about him already. He doesn't have a lot of movies, but they're all bangers.
Yeah, we did it when we did T2. The guy's got 9 movies, and like 7 of them are the hugest movies you've ever heard of. I mean, he's going to do like 5 more Avatars. But other than Abyss and this, they're like just nothing but slam dunks.
And even Abyss and this did all right.
Did pretty well. Yeah, he's never lost money.
People know these movies, so like I don't even count those as really flops or anything.
No, dude, definitely not.
These other ones.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to say like Piranha 2: The Spawning, his first feature film in 1982 that he did not write, that was probably pretty forgettable. But after that, he does Terminator, Aliens, Abyss, T2, True Lies, Titanic. Like, dude, just he does
Avatar,
he does a couple of like Expedition Bismarck as a freaking documentary about Titanic. But then he gets back in like Avatar, and there's like 6 Avatars coming.
Yeah. Dude, they have Avatars all the way up to like 2030, I think.
Yeah, dude. And if they do well, they'll just be there for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
I don't care that much about all the Avatars, but I will go see them because they're freaking awesome.
Dude, more Disney rides. That's the Avatar rides at Disney are fantastic.
Yep.
Then my kids love them. What about other bonus goods? You got anything else?
I don't think so. Do you have some stuff?
I only had one thing. In his contract, Schwarzenegger said he would get top billing. We always talk about this, like, hey, my name's supposed to show up, and then the title shows up, and then it'll say, like, also starring whoever. When Cameron finished editing the film, he saw, like, it's a huge epic movie, action movie, but it's actually a film about marriage. He's like, I think we got to put Jamie Lee Curtis's name next to Arnold Schwarzenegger. So he called Arnold Schwarzenegger and said, can her name go with yours up at the top? And he said, of course. He didn't even hesitate. That's awesome, because there's a lot of people that do hesitate, and I hate that.
Yeah,
and
that is awesome.
I also hate how they do because it's top billing as Schwarzenegger. But he's on the right side of the poster. His name is on the left, but he's on the right, and then the other person's on the right of the poster, and their name is on the left, and it messes everything up, and I don't like it.
Also, Schwarzenegger did not want James Cameron to cast Jamie Lee Curtis initially because he wasn't sure that she could do the role, and so Cameron started auditioning people and like just called Arnold at some point. Was like, "Hey man, Jamie Lee Curtis is the answer. Just like trust me." And Arnold was like, "All right." Which is good for him because he had the juice to be able to be like, give me somebody else. It's like, give me Jodie Foster, who they like offered the part to.
They also tried.
But James Cameron's
that wouldn't have been good.
He's like, hey man, it's Jimmy Cameron. I got this. Like, just show up to work. It's going to be awesome.
Cameron.
So many helicopters are going to explode. It's going to be a fun time.
I will give you a gun right now. Just hold the gun. How's that feel? Now
they all have
feel all right?
unlimited ammo. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah. No other good for me, though.
Cool. Let's do the worst. The first thing I have on the worst, really the only worst worth mentioning, and it's so much worse than most of what we put in this category, is the sexual assault that 12-year-old Eliza Dushku experienced on the set of this movie at the hands of the stunt coordinator, which she had to live quietly with until she went public and like 25 years later in 2018.
Right. And dude, she was saying like, my life was in his hands. He like put the harnesses on me.
Yeah, that's the guy buckling her into the wires and stuff, hanging her off of the top of a freaking skyscraper.
Right, which is why she got hurt on this film, and she thinks it's not a coincidence. Because
she said the day she confessed to an adult friend, and that friend confronted the stunt coordinator, and that day he buckled her into her harness incorrectly, and she fell out and broke 3 ribs, and she does not think that was an accident.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it is either. That dude's messed up.
So like. That betrayal of somebody who's literally has her life in his hands is absolutely despicable, and it's not nearly punishment enough, but I am glad that he has not worked since she went public with that in 2018.
Yeah.
That's horrifying.
That's crazy. That's craziness. The fact that all this kind of stuff's coming to light is pretty crappy. At least Diddy wasn't in this movie.
No. Oh
Good
man,
Lord,
dude! The Diddy fallout. I'm pretty excited for the 50 Cent documentary.
50's been telling us for years.
I know it's great.
Yeah, dude, I'm totally with you. The only thing I put for the worst, you know how under the worst we have old tech.
Yeah,
there was a lot of CRT monitors, by the way.
I know
they were everywhere. They were everywhere. In the political correctness, we always talk about like maybe don't have Middle Eastern people be the terrorists for a while, and maybe we can stop radicalizing people. It's prevalent all through Hollywood in this time frame, and I guess probably now and in the future too. But that I think we could change. But other than that, that's the only thing I had in the worst.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that nobody really thought about in 1994. I mean, maybe Middle Eastern people did, but no one that I talked to did, and we didn't have an internet. But it's like, hey, all the white people are the good guys, and all the brown people are the bad guys. Now we know. It's like, we probably should think about that a little bit more carefully.
Yeah, yeah. And they, having the people that you look like portrayed in a different light absolutely does affect you. Yeah,
dude. And I think this movie got pulled from like Indonesia or somewhere because people started going to it and they're like, oh, it's just every Arab person in the movie is the bad guy. I don't think that's great.
Yeah.
Even though it did really well internationally, but I get it if it's like a heavily Muslim or Arabic country. You go like, we're not going to see that. It just makes us all look like terrorists.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to give that guy my money.
That's the reason the kids I teach think the way they do is because of that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that say that doesn't matter. But those are the kind of things in political incorrectness that does matter to me.
Yeah. Those people are almost all white, and that's dumb because representation definitely matters.
It totally does. It absolutely does.
All right, let's do 5 questions. Is it okay for kids?
Yeah.
It was rated R, so it didn't
It's
seem
rated
like it
R,
needed
but
it.
I think it's, I don't understand. Dude, I said 11, 12, 13, somewhere up in there. If your kid's seen a violent show, I think it's fine. Maybe I wouldn't let CC watch it at 7. But
yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, you gotta weigh it out. It's on the violence. That's all it is.
Yep, decent amount of violence. But it's mainly, I don't know, man. I have to figure this out because my kid's just about to turn 3, so I got a ways. But it's like, it's violence, but it's not like Steven Seagal where someone's elbow bone is sticking out of their skin and like he's putting a knife into their throat in a close-up shot. It's mainly like he's shooting across a field and like shit explodes and then a bunch of bodies go flying. Maybe that's not better, but it seems like it's less.
It's totally, dude.
graphic.
It's like G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
The stuff's blowing up, and there's always a parachute. Like, it's stuff blowing up in it, but you're disassociated from the person in it.
Yeah. Would it get made if it were pitched now? I mean, they talked about a sequel for a long time. It seems like they've kind of scrapped that. They made a TV show follow-up that didn't do well.
Dude, they could totally make this again.
The concept works, and James Cameron can still make whatever he wants, and so can Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, if anybody wanted to, they could.
Yeah, they could.
And also, like, this is the kind of stuff they're doing right now on Netflix with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds and people like that. They go, like, hey, I got a cool action movie concept. And Netflix go, like, great, tell us when it's done. We're going to stick it up there.
Yeah, we got a great concept, but I have to be in Fiji. It needs to be filmed in Fiji. Yeah, sure, Adam Sandler, no problem. Just bring all your friends. Yeah, y'all hang out in Fiji, and we'll pay you to make a movie.
Yeah.
Genius.
Movie or TV show? Dude, these movies should always be movies. Action movies should stay movies.
Yeah, it's hard for me to watch an action TV show. Dude, again, the guy who wrote the TV show for True Lies, the guy who wrote Burn Notice, I love Burn Notice. Yeah. But eventually, it gets to the point where you're like, all right, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Did you do any recasting?
Yeah, I did.
All right, who you got?
For Harry, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, I would like Idris Elba.
Nice.
Because I really like him.
Yeah.
For Helen, I would like Emily Blunt because she's my jam.
Yep.
And then Tom Arnold's part, dude, it was hard. I like Keegan-Michael Key for that part.
Yeah.
I think I would go and watch that movie.
Yeah. He has already done this part in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and he might be too old now, but Vince Vaughn would be my number 1 pick for the Tom Arnold role. Just as the quippy sidekick. But he literally played that exact part in Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Dude, I freaking, I love me some Vince Vaughn. I've been watching his new TV show on Apple. It's fantastic.
Nice. Bad Monkey?
Yeah. Dude, it's, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all good stuff, man. I like that.
Anybody that talks really fast and is quippy, what's not to love?
Yeah.
What's not to love?
Agreed. Can you still watch and enjoy this in 2024? It's great.
Yeah, it's a freaking banger.
Yeah, if you're going like, what are the like mandatory action movies of the 90s? This is definitely on the list.
Yeah, absolutely it is. I cranked up the surround sound, got the subwoofer turned up a little bit, so every gunshot I could feel in my chest a little bit.
Yeah.
Nobody was home. It was great. It's awesome.
Yeah, same dude. I watched it in my studio on the projector, turned up the surround sound real loud. It was fantastic.
Super loud, yeah.
And unlike a lot of our most recent movies, this one's actually available on streaming, Hulu and Disney Plus. So,
you can actually find this one.
You can. Although on my plan, for some reason, I didn't think I had the Hulu with commercials, but I had to watch commercials with this one.
I definitely had to watch it with commercials. The Hulu I have comes with my Disney Plus, and the Disney Plus I have is free for, I don't know, something Verizon or whatever.
Yeah.
So it ends up having the commercials in there.
All right. That's awesome. Coming up soon on Patreon, as soon as we get it rescheduled, now that I'm past strep throat, will be twins. You named your cat Julius.
You named your cat Julius.
Coming up next on the main feed will be A River Runs Through It 3, Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, a river of blood runs through it. Man.
To be honest, I'm not looking forward to that one.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember liking that movie all that much. We just did it because we thought we could make fun of it.
I've never seen it.
Yeah,
I'm
not surprised. So it might be terrible. That episode might be like 35 minutes. You're like, this movie sucks. See you next week.
Don't watch this one, even if it is streaming. Bye. Yeah, dude, I don't remember ever seeing it, so I think it doesn't sound like the thing I would want to do with a vampire. There's so many other things I would want to do.
Yeah,
but I might be completely wrong. Hopefully, I'm surprised.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to hear bonus content, we're in 1988 right now on Patreon. We also put our unedited interviews there as well. You can support us for as little as $5 a month, or you can do a free 7-day trial and just check it out and see if it's something that you're interested in. But regardless, whether you're supporting us there or whether you're listening here, we appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Bye con Dios.
Yeah, bye con Dios.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review, and remember, don't drive angry.